Good day. I'm Lucky Mfuloane from the Department of Human Settlements, Joburg Region Service Delivery. What I do in the department is allocation of houses and assist in the customer support center, which is where they deal with the registration of the housing needs of individuals, and again assist with the complaints for the department with regards to beneficiaries that want to inquire on the existing waiting list, and again if they want information with regards to the programs that the department offers with regards to housing, obviously.
So for Umutu to qualify to get a house, like for me,
yes,
that's needs for now. So I want you to take me to the process. What are the requirements that you are looking for?
Okay. Housing, we have a waiting list called the National Needs Housing Register. That waiting list captures the needs of a beneficiary. So from our programs, we take those who are unemployed up until a total household income of 22,000. So basically, for a RTP program, we take an individual that is unemployed to total household income of 3,500. That is a RTP. And then we have other programs that will be your ikageng, your service sites that cater from persons earning from 3.501 to 22,000. That is also household income. And then we have again a social housing subsidy program, first home finance now, which assists with a bond for low-cost houses.
So for me to be in that list, I just have to go to your department or to your offices, and then I give you maybe my documents that will say which I earn how much, or which documents would you need from my side, so as to prove which I earn that amount. Who earns maybe 10,000, 20,000, but would claim that $500 or even 350.
Okay. To be on the National Housing Needs Register, you don't need to have any documents, but for capturing purposes that the information is captured correctly, would request the individual to have their green ID book or smart ID. They can bring their children's birth certificates and pay slip if they are earning, but again, there's no documents that will be taken, so they don't need to make copies. We don't take anything on the National Housing Needs Register. So we just register applicants' need for a house or whatever program they would need, and then they give us the information of where they reside, and the questionnaire on the waiting list will guide that where are they originally from Gauteng, for example, where they stay, their phone numbers, who they stay with, and where they stay, is it an informal settlement, the back room, whatsoever, and the salaries if they are earning, how much they are earning, so that it's a planning tool for the department basically, so that the department can plan ahead of what is needed within Gauteng, for example. So you could find that we will be thinking that we need to be building RDPs, but in that particular area, for example, there are people who are earning above 3.5 that will just need service stands and maybe assistance to qualify for bonded properties.
So when I come in, do I have to bring money as well?
No. This one I want to make it very, very clear. It must be very, very clear. Our services are free. There is no money that is needed, because if a person qualifies eventually, they'll be granted the opportunity to complete the subsidy application form, which is a grant that comes from National, which will then pay a developer to construct a house. Or if it is a case of a bond, the money will go to a financial institution. So our services are free. Nobody should be paying anything to any official, any individual at all. Our services are free. No money is required.
I love that. Where I come from in Rockville, like I was alluding
yes.
earlier on, I normally see meetings, these are ward meetings. So people will gather at the park, especially they would come and gather, and then they would have to issue the person bamnikeza ama-50 rand to do admin and all those things. How legal are those things, or is the department aware of such initiatives?
Well, honestly speaking, as a department, we do not have agents. We don't have consultants that go on behalf of the department to assist communities. We don't have that. Hence, by all means, we try to make a human settlement or housing closer to the communities. So we do have regional offices across the 5 regions in Gauteng, which is Ekurhuleni, Tshwane, City of Johannesburg, Citybang, and Westland. And within that, there are municipal offices that are also closer. So as you said, Rockville, for example, there's a City of Johannesburg housing in Soweto Station at Region D behind Paramall. And then our offices, for example, are also in town, Johannesburg. So I would always advise individuals that because your situation and my situations are not the same, it is best to go to our housing offices and then follow up on your own matter, because they are not the same. So if there are people having groups and assisting with admin, they are not qualified. They don't have the necessary information to assist anybody of the community. And again, even if we have to do something as a department to approach the community, we need at least a councillor to call the community. So nobody should be having a meeting outside the councillor that would have called the department to come and engage the community in the first place. So that people must be careful of that, and especially scammers again in those associations. There are scammers, and as a department, we advise people that our doors are always open. They must just inquire where we are. We are at Hall 9 at the moment, even at the rain show, so they can come inquire, and we can assist to make them aware where our offices are, so that they can always come and inquire about their statuses on the subsidy system or the waiting list system.
So if a person claims, because people are desperate, that's what I've noticed.
Yes.
So they are using your desperation to scam you. So if a person claims that they come from the settlement department or the human settlement, what should we ask for? Maybe as proof, we would require a badge that you are proving that you are a policeman. So if a person claims that they are from human settlement, what should we ask for?
Well, most of the time, if there's people who are claiming they're from human settlements, first of all, even us, when we have to go down to the community, there will be a proper gazebos and branding of the department in the first place. There will be consultations with the council and the what committees first, that the department is coming on particular days to engage the community and so forth. So as an official, I won't just go to a community and just have a meeting with anybody. So that is the first thing that they must look out for. And normally when we do go out, most of the time it will be because the MEC, being led by Lebogang Maile, will be launching a particular project or handing over title deeds or handing over allocation keys to beneficiaries. So that is what, most of the time when we go to the communities, it will be because of handovers and launching of a project. So you don't just necessarily go to the ground as a department. Hence, I will keep saying that it is always best for individuals or beneficiaries to come to the department, because that is a dangerous thing if we'll just go to the department, to the communities without having engaged even the council in the first place.
Well, you are giving me valuable information, man. So in terms of awareness, what do you normally do? Do you maybe have activations where you would go to the community and give the information, the community information, or on social media? Do you normally do maybe adverts so that people can be aware of the information that you're giving me now?
Yes, the department is on social media, so we do have the account on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And then internally from the department, we do have a unit called Consumer Education. So our consumer education, through obviously they negotiate, through consultations, even through the councillors and stakeholders, will then notify the community that they'll be coming on particular days for whatever consumer education that they'll be bringing to the community. So there will always be a big marquee branded with human settlements to then alert and notify the community that on particular days the department will be there. So when there will be the customer support center with the system so that the communities can also check their statuses, and then the consumer education unit will then be promoting the programs of the department to the community. Okay, we are available on social media. So our Facebook page is Gauteng Department of Human Settlements. And then on Instagram, it's at Gauteng_Human Settlements. And on Twitter is at GP_DHS. So I want to also highlight that there are scammers even on social media. So you must be very, very careful, especially when you see anything that will be appearing wanting money from the community. The department would never ask for money, and we would never inbox individuals on their social media accounts as a department. So people must be very, very careful. There are a lot of things that they post on social media which are fake news. Like currently there's one that is saying the department is looking for people from 1996 until 2022. That is fake news. The department is not looking for anybody from 1996 to 2022. We currently assessing 1996, 1997 until 1999 waiting list beneficiaries. But people can still come to our department for information. They must just be careful of scammers.